welcome to our week 3 activity. Now, I don't know whether you know or not, but this week is recycling week. So the activity we're doing, and it's called Waste of Time, and it's about looking at how much plastic we use. It's part of our Take Action theme, the orange theme. Amelia's here helping me out again tonight. Thank you, Amelia. So you'll see in front of us, we've got a whole load of different plastic items. This is about 5 minutes worth of plastic collecting around our house very quickly. Do you want to have a quick chat, Amelia, about some of the things we've got, just broadly?
I've got different containers for liquids and solids. And I've got some Lego.
All sorts of toys you've got here, haven't you?
Toys. I have some sellotape, a remote control, a laminated bit of paper because the laminating sheets are plastic, and
A straw there, haven't you?
I've got a straw. There's a pen, and I've got a coat hanger and a toothbrush, and this fleece.
Yes, because even your clothes can have plastic in. I don't know whether you realise that, but if your clothes are made out of something like polyester, then they are made of plastic.
I was watching on Newsround a minute ago that fashion is very bad for the environment, because if you buy clothes and only wear them once and decide that you really don't like them, and decide that you don't like them and throw them away, it's got plastic in, so it's bad for the environment.
Yes, it's a bit wasteful, isn't it, to be like that? So what we would like you rainbows to do this week is to have a little think about all the different things you do every day and what plastic you might use when you do those. So in your envelope this week, you will have received this piece of paper and it has a suggested day plan for the sorts of things you might do during your day. There's a space in between each activity in case I've missed anything out that you guys do, or you could cross off any that you don't do. I mean, if you don't brush your teeth every day, then maybe you would want to cross that off.
Why would I have playtime when I get home? I don't have playtime when I get home. I need to cross that one off.
Okay, is that because you studiously do all your school homework when you get home instead?
No! We don't have any homework. I cross it off first.
Yes, okay, so you could cross that off. Then what we've got here is we've got another 2 columns, and we've got a column here for you can talk about if you use any plastic when you're doing that, and how you might be able to change and not use that plastic. So I'm not going to bore you by going through all of that with Amelia. You don't need to know all about Amelia's daily routine. It's very boring, isn't it?
No, it isn't.
So let's have.
Might not go to school.
Yeah, it might be a weekend. You could change it and add some weekend stuff in there. So let's have a look. What should we talk about? How about we talk about the activity Eat Breakfast? So what plastic do you think you might use when you eat your breakfast?
I know.
Hold on.
You could.
So you might use something like this: plastic crockery, plastic cups, plastic bowls, plastic plates. What do you normally have for your breakfast, Amelia?
I normally have cereal for my breakfast.
Okay, and what packaging does cereal come in?
It comes in a cardboard box in a plastic packaging.
That's right. So
we have containers for our cereal, because when they come out of the pack, we put them into plastic containers, which is bad.
But they're reusable plastic containers, aren't they? Rather than throwaway plastic containers. So what could we change about those things we talked about to not use as much plastic then?
Well, you could use, instead of using maybe a plastic cup, you could use a glass cup, and maybe you could write to the supermarket and maybe see if they could change the plastic packaging for cereal. Or for bread if you're going to have toast.
Fantastic. So we've talked about
them to turn it to paper.
Well done. So we've talked about reducing the plastic we use by not using the plastic cup. We've talked about reusable plastic boxes that we put our cereal into. And and also the plastic bags that the cereal come in can also be recycled, as can the plastic bags that the bread come in. And those 3 words are very important: reduce, reuse, and recycle are 3 things that we can think about to try and reduce our plastic impact on the planet. So we're not going to go through the rest of Amelia's day because it'll take us a little while.
But I want to do one more thing.
We'll do some more later on, all right?
I don't need to.
Yeah. So, but you've got one other thing that's come home in your envelopes, which is this little slip of paper, which you can use to make what we're calling your plastic pledge. So to have a think about one thing that you could do, not a sledge, pledge. It's like a promise, a plastic promise. So, but one thing that you could do, Rainbows, to reduce the amount of plastic you use. So, Amelia, what did you think that your plastic promise could be?
Instead of using a plastic toothbrush like this one with a rabbit on.
Yeah, that's a baby toothbrush, don't worry. It's not Amelia's toothbrush. Go on, carry on. You're going to use what instead? Your finger? You're going to use
bamboo toothbrush.
A bamboo toothbrush. I think that's better than your finger, isn't it? And my plastic promise is going to be to try out using solid bar shampoo and conditioner in the shower instead of shampoo and conditioner that comes in plastic bottles. So what we're going to do is we're going to go away and we're going to write up our plastic pledges, and then maybe later in the term we can all have a talk about what our pledges were and how we've got on with trying them out.